I heard on Russia Today, I mean, nothing's perfect, you know, there's always crap on some of these stations and everywhere. There's even good stuff on, once in a lifetime there might be something on Fox News that's interesting and has some relevance, you know. Anyway, there was, on this Russia Today, there was some military expert analyst who said that, yeah, please tell me if there's anything to it. He couldn't understand why such a rich country as Libya was unable to raise the living standard to just a decent level, which is, it seems to me, this is the exact opposite of what you're saying.
Well, the problem is that it is very easy for people outside Libya to sit in an armchair and make commentaries about the country. I have relatives who have lived in Libya and worked there, you know, and they say that the rate of development and the prosperity from the King Idris time till today is like sky and earth. It's a huge development. Materially, you know, you can get free education in Libya. You don't have to pay anything. The health care is free. You know, they even give you a loan to buy a car and buy an apartment. How many countries can boast that?
Okay, this was a lie. This is one of the
one
of the things that are wrong. Okay, so we have to be, no matter what we're watching, saying you have to be critical. Are there any things here that you want to get into?
Well, my big desire to speak a little bit about the solution of Libya.
Okay, let's go.
Look,
let's do it. Yeah.
Turkey, in a very smart way, forced America to get out of that conflict. Okay? And asked NATO to move.
How did
let me finish.
Turkey?
Let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
Turkey is very important NATO member. Okay? And America knew that if they are involved more and more, it will be seen in a very, very negative situation. So Obama took out that, and the whole command system was moved to Turkey. And Turkey has said to NATO, and here I will say something good about Anders Fogh Rasmussen.
Well, I can't find that, but if you can, please let me know.
Let me finish.
I always want to hear something good about a person.
Let me finish.
No matter how bad they are.
Yes. Anders Fogh is the only European leader who have said, it is not our mandate to go and attack Libya.
Yeah.
He have said, he's the only one.
Okay.
He irritated Sarkozy a lot, but he said, NATO's mandate is only to protect civilians.
Okay, good
We
for
will not allow.
Good for him.
He said we should not have soldiers there. We should not have sell arms to them. He has said no. And why? Remember why? Because Turkey have told him. Because Turkey is
an important,
very important
NATO member,
and also the deputy director general of NATO, Secretary General, is a Turk. So they have, in a very smart way, moved the whole thing to Turkey so they can control it. So there comes the crunch. I would wish very much that Turkey and Pakistan and Indonesia, three big Muslim countries, have a lot of influence in Libya. They can sit down with Gaddafi and try to deal with this issue, and I'm sure Gaddafi will listen. But the problem is the rebels are not listening, because it is not in the interest of rebels and America and the West so that they should come a solution, peaceful solution. That is what I'm afraid. If Western interests stop meddling in Libya, I'm sure that Pakistan and Turkey and Indonesia can convince Gaddafi to stop this. And it will help.
Hey, please tell me something, a comment on what I've heard from the Danish peace movement about the tribal system in Libya.
Yes.
And that is that since the medieval to the last 500 years, it has been a tribal system that has competed very much within itself, within the country itself. They have never agreed on, the whole country has rarely agreed on anything.
That's true, but one of Gaddafi's big achievement is that he succeeded in pacifying all those tribal rivalries.
Okay, but another point...
And made Libya into a nation state.
Right, they don't dispute that.
And now, there are some tribes who are supporting Gaddafi, there are some tribes which are not supporting Gaddafi. I am 100% sure that Turkey is in such a position, the Turkish government and Pakistani government, to speak with those tribes, to speak with Gaddafi, to speak with rebels, and they can make them sit down. But the problem is, if there are other forces who don't want that, then it will not happen.
One of the things that the Danish peace movement says is that if Gaddafi is completely removed, and there is no then a national what do you call it, cohesive government to unite the tribes in some way or another, then it will be one of the strongest tribes will simply go for the oil, the rich oil fields, and grab them, and then it will be this eternal what do you call it, civil war that will come out of that.
That's a tribe of.
What is this tribe? Whose tribe is this?
This is the tribe of King Idris, which is one of the largest, which is now actually helping the rebels which have taken over Benghazi, because they come from that area. So that is also to be remembered.
This is revenge?
Of course.
Okay.
It's very complicated.
And is the CIA in the United States they're right behind this King Idris?
Of course, because
they're moving right in there.
Look, King Idris was selling 1 barrel of oil for 30 cents. 30 cents. Gaddafi, when he took over, he raised it right away to $10.
Okay.
In 60s.
How much is it now?
Now it is about $100.
Okay.
So do you think that America has forgotten that?
Okay, they're really pissed off. Okay, but they're
So I think the solution should come, but it should not come through bombing. It should come through negotiation. And I think that it's very important that the Arabs and the Muslim countries are involved in that. Otherwise, it will look another crusade. And many Muslims don't like that they are, according to Johann Galtung, America is involved in 6 Muslim countries.
They can't get enough.
How long?
And nobody even knows how many countries they're fighting, or how many wars they have in the whole world.
Yeah, exactly.
I heard somewhere that maybe I'm jumping a little bit in things.
You like to jump?
Yeah. Sorry about that. A lot of cross talking here.
Okay.
Anyway, I've heard that back to the drones in Pakistan, that for every Taliban that the NATO manages to kill, they also kill 50 civilians.
It's true.
1 to 50. Is that approximately what you think?
It is. In 2010, they have killed almost 1,000 civilians. It just came out, a report from Pakistan Human Rights Commission, just now, last week.
That must be a war crime.
It is a war crime, but who is going to have Obama or Bush or Blair in Hague? Who will do that? It is, the International Court for Human Rights and Prosecution, the International Court, where you can bring the world leaders, who have committed crime against humanity. To try to notice who are those people who came there. Africans, Serbia, okay, was the only leader. Most of them are African. Huh? And now they want to bring Libya, Mubarak, and all those people. Why did nobody wants to have Bush there? Why nobody wants to have Blair there? They commit horrendous crimes against humanity by bombing innocent people.
I think I'm today most convinced that there have been murdered at least 1 million civilians in Iraq.
Yes, it is. And who is directly responsible?
So if these people should be put on trial. And anyway, wasn't there something about Bush who had an appointment with some Israeli Zionist organizations in Switzerland, where he traveled, was going to have an appointment there, and then suddenly he canceled it because he was warned that if he did go to Switzerland, they would arrest him and charge him for war crimes.
Exactly.
Oh, it's too bad. It's too bad he didn't manage to get through there.
And also Netanyahu cancelled his trip to England.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, I heard about that. Okay, well, there's some hopes of justice somewhere around. There's also the this mandate, Security Council mandate to make a no-fly zone and to protect civilians. What is it called? By all means necessary.
Yes, but
you know that statement could be a war implicate a war crime. By any means necessary.
And you remember that when Malcolm X said that I'll protect my family and myself by all means necessary, huh? And he was charged.
Oh, I don't remember it. Tell me about it.
Well, his home was firebombed, and he in the night, and then he made a speech that for black people to defend themselves is legitimate by all means necessary. Okay, now. And they were accusing him for being all kind of militant person, you know. You see, you have to understand that United Nations is under the thumb of America. No, in United Nations you cannot do or say anything if America doesn't want it. So I have no doubt that if there were other countries in there like India, Germany or other countries who are member of United Nations, then this resolution will never be passed. Russia said no, China said no, many other countries have said no, but still that resolution was passed. So does it say anything to you or not? We need a new United Nations, and that United Nations should have Security Council based on big countries, whether they are African or Latin American. They should be proportional representation. And not only the European and Anglo-Saxon countries who are sitting and ruling there, you know. That I think is very important. There should be new development, there should be reorganization of the United Nations. Otherwise we will have more and more wars because America will always push war because war is a business. War is having more bombs, war is...
Well, Bush himself said that war is good business.
So it says everything.
I think he said it behind closed doors, but there was one of the Latin American presidents that
who was listening
and told the world about it. Okay. Anyway, do you think that the whole operation, the war operations in Libya, have originally it was the Europeans, and then NATO has taken over the whole thing. So actually, the U.S. and NATO are at least now behind it all. Maybe they were behind it all the time, and playing mind games with the world through controlling medias and things. But they've been behind it all the time.
There's no doubt.
Okay. This is a long, complicated story.
It is
that you've
been into. Complicated stories always have a simple explanation.
Now you are being or trying to be one of the great philosophers.
Well, we all are human. All human beings are philosophers. You know, we are all divine. Okay. I really believe that if greed and opportunism, geopolitical consideration, political consideration are taken out of the equation, all problems can be solved.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for that hope for the future, right?
I'm sure. I'm always hopeful and optimistic.
If the Japanese nuclear catastrophe doesn't destroy the world or other catastrophes, then we have a little bit of hope.
Definitely. We should all be hopeful.
Thanks a million, Bashy.